Okay, guys, let's get started. Here I have backbones and neck for the broth. Here I have cut up in tiny and small pieces chicken breast. As you can see, that's for the filling. I have some whole oregano. I have garlic powder, onion powder, ground cumin, black pepper. Okay. I have here some sofrito. If you don't know how to make sofrito, I got the recipe below. Okay. Go check it out. I have diced up red bell pepper. I have cherry tomatoes cut in half. I have sliced up salad olives. I have tomato sauce, sazon, and chicken bouillon. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna start by seasoning our bones. That's for our broth. Okay, that's when you making broth, you want to make sure you use those bones of the chicken. I'm telling you, it's going to give you some good tasting broth. So here I added some chicken bouillon, sazon, onion powder, garlic powder. Now I'm crushing some oregano. Y'all know I love my oregano, guys, and it's really good for you as well. Some cumin. All right. Some black pepper. A lot of these seasonings don't have any salt, so you add as much as you like. I'm adding some of that sofrito. Now I am adding the seasoning to the meat. So I added the cherry tomatoes, the bell pepper, the olives, the oregano, some black pepper, some cumin, garlic powder, onion powder. I'm adding chicken bouillon. Here I added only half of the bouillon, but I end up using the whole thing. Okay, so just add the whole thing. And the sazon as well. So now I'm adding some of the sofrito, and after I'm finished seasoning this, I'm gonna stir it and I'm gonna put the broth and the chicken on the stove on medium low so it could simmer. So now we are going to start chopping up our yucca, also known as cassava. So I'm gonna teach you how to cut it. Some of the yuccas, it depends on the size of the yucca. They could be a little rough. Some of them could be a little easier to do. So here I'm showing you how I do it. Okay, and always be very careful, guys, when you are dealing with knives. Okay, so here I made a slit, as you can see. And with the tip of the knife, I am pulling away. This is how you peel a yucca cassava. And while we're doing this, guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button for me. Also, that like button, guys. It helps a lot, that like button. And, guys, the bell icon next to the subscribe button. Click on that so you could get notifications every time I upload a new video. So you could do what, guys? So you could do what? Get that front seat, okay? I got plenty of recipes coming your way. So here I am cutting the yucca in half, and I am gonna remove that middle stem. Okay, that middle stem could be pretty rough when you are trying to grate it, and I'm gonna do that to all my cassavas, also known as yucca. Okay, you can call it yucca, cassava, whatever you want. As you can see, I'm doing the same thing over here. Just make sure you remove that stem so you could have it ready when you're gonna shred it. All right, but look at our broth, how it's coming along, guys. Look at the color of that broth. All right, and here is our meat. And you could use pork, guys. You could use whatever meat you like to make your pasteles. All right, I'm just happen to use chicken. So that's going along. While that is still going along, we are going to start grating our yuca, as you can see. And guys, just have patience. So our broth right here, I'm checking on it. That's done. That's exactly what you want. Look at that color. Look at, guys, and just turn it off, all right, and let it cool off. So when it's time to use it. So here, my filling's almost done, and that's when I add my tomato sauce to it. Okay. And now I'm gonna stir it, and I'm gonna let it cook for a few more minutes with the tomato sauce. And of course, after it's done, I'm gonna turn it off and let it cool off. So when it's time to fill up our pasteles, guys, and this pastele came out really good. I ended up eating 3 of those pasteles. I know I had no business eating 3, but they came out so good. Y'all already know. Okay. So here, as you can see, I am shredding the yuca. You know, grating it, whatever you want to call it. And take your time, guys. When you get to the end like that, that little last piece, don't try to, because you're going to mess up your finger. Just throw that little piece away, okay? It's not worth destroying your fingers for that. So here I am done shredding my yuca. I end up shredding, grating 4 large yuca, and out of those 4 large yuca, I got 14 pasteles. All right, but as you could see, and it depends on the amount you're making. You adjust your seasoning, the amount of seasoning to the amount of yuca. All right. So here, this step is very, very important, guys. You have to remove the liquid of the yuca. Here I added too much, so y'all already know I got small hands. So I had to take some away so I could be able to squeeze it, because my little hands was having trouble, boy. So here, and this towel, guy, I got designated towel for my pasteles and stuff like that. Make sure it's like a piece of t-shirt, whatever, that is clean, completely clean. Make sure it doesn't have like detergent or anything like that. All right. So here I am done squeezing the liquid out of all the yuca. And this is what you take out, and you don't want that. That's that starch. And if you leave it in there, it's gonna, you know, it's gonna give you like a bitterness on your pasteles, so you don't want that. So as you can see, now I'm breaking it up because it's super dry, right? Why? Because I removed the liquid. So now after I broke it up, now I'm adding, remember that beautiful broth we created? Now you're going to start adding some broth to your yuca, okay? And you do it little by little, guys. And here I'm adding some achote oil. If you don't know how to make achote oil, I made pastele recipe last year, so I included in that video how to make the achote oil, and I have the link in the description below. Go ahead and click on that one and watch it. That one has chapters in it, so I break it down what's in each section. So if you want to go directly to the achote, how to make the achote oil, go directly to that. Okay, guys? I just want to make the video a little shorter this time, so that's why I'm doing it this way. So here you add again the achote oil in small increment. The achote oil is to give it the color, and it also gives it like a little extra flavor. It's like a smoky flavor. All right. And don't worry, guys, when you boil the pasteles, you're gonna see toward the end, like a lot of that achote oil comes out in the water. All right, as you can see, I added a little bit more. And you do it in increments, guys. Everything little by little. And also, guys, before you add your broth to your yuca mix, make sure you taste your broth. Make sure your seasoning are exactly where you want your seasoning to be. So at that point, you adjust your seasoning. If you feel it's great, then it's ready to go. If you feel it needs a little bit more seasoning, you add more seasoning to it, let it cook a little longer, all right? And you do the same thing with your filling. Okay, when do you know when your yuca is ready? Look, you see that trick I did? And it stays. That's ready. Okay, that's ready right there. All right, so here I have banana leaves frozen. Okay, I found these in Walmart. That was wonderful. So I cut them up, wash them up, and cut them up. And you want them to be like the size of the palm of your hand. That's the perfect size to make your pasteles. I have the yuca mix. I got my chicken filling, my achote oil. I have the yarn to tie it up. You find that in most of the Hispanic supermarket, especially around the holidays, okay, with the banana leaf. And this is a parchment paper that is sold by the pound. Okay, and again, most supermarkets that sell Spanish products, you'll find it especially around this time. So here I'm grabbing that parchment paper and I am gonna fold it in half like I'm doing right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. As you can see, and since it already comes up roll up like that, I'm just gonna go ahead and roll it up the opposite way and press it. So like that, as you can see, it stays flat when it's time to use it. And this is the perfect size that you need to make your pasteles. So now I'm continuing to do the same thing to this whole one, but that one I'm just gonna use it under so I don't spill nothing on my counter as I'm working making my pasteles. Guys, y'all gonna be so happy when y'all make this recipe and have it ready now for Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'm very, very excited to share my recipes with you, especially the ones that people ask me for. I have sold so many pasteles, guys, through the years. I mean, by the thousands, I would say by now. And people always ask me for the pasteles and the coquito. Y'all already know how Puerto Ricans do it. We gotta have those pasteles and coquito. I also got the coquito recipe in my channel, which I'll be posting that link below as well under this description, so you could go ahead and check it out, guys. So here, as you can see, I'm adding a filling like a spoon and a half. I was trying here to give it a little piece of tomato, a little some olive. Like I was trying to include every little bit of everything. Okay, and the other recipe that I did last year, you know, it's traditional. In Puerto Rico, we add most of the time raisin and chickpeas. You could also check it out on the other recipe, the other stuff I added to it. So this time I left it out. I did not add the raisins and the chickpeas, but you are welcome to do that. It also gives it like that extra kick to your... listen, I love me some pasteles, okay? I'm planning to do another video of the regular pasteles as well. All right, the banana one. So look out for that, but I still have the recipe for that also on my channel. The video is just a little longer, and I have the recipe link below on my description on this one. So check it out. As you can see, you see how I build that pastel? Okay? and you put it together like that. I'm going to show you one more time. One more time. So here I add about a teaspoon of the achote oil, and you spread that on the banana leaves to make sure that your pastele, when it cooks, it doesn't stick to it. And plus color, all right? So here I added about a spoonful of the mixture, and I'm adding about a tablespoon and a half of the filling. All right. I love my pastele with no filling, I'm telling you. So I'm gonna load it up. But you do what you want. Like I always say, make the recipe your own. So here you see I fold it in half. All right, and then I kept going. Here, this is how I tie my pasteles. I go the long way. Then I tie it like that. I squeeze a little bit. I turn it around. I grab one of the string and I bring it under the other string. Twist it again and turn it back around and tie it into a bow. I like to double knot it. And then if the string is too long, I cut the ends. Different people got different ways of tying it. There is no right and wrong here. This is how I grew up making it. This is how I make it, okay? But if you know another way of tying up your pasteles, by all means, whatever makes it easier for you, go ahead and do that, okay? I'm just showing you the way I grew up doing it. Again, I went the long way. I squeeze it, tie it, turn it around, bring the string under the other one. Again, squeeze it, turn it around, and now tie it. Okay, as you can see, that's what I'm doing, and I'm gonna double knot it. Whatever string left is long, I'm gonna cut it off. I have boiling already a pot of water waiting to cook some of these. All right, so I'm gonna bring you over. So as you can see, I got my pot of hot water ready. This step is very important, guys. Do not forget to add that salt to the water. That's gonna keep the flavor of the pasteles inside. Trust me, it's not gonna make your pasteles salty whatsoever. All right, but you cannot skip that salt, or else your pastel is gonna taste like water. So since these pasteles was not frozen, I cooked these for 35 minutes, and these are done. If your pasteles are frozen, you want to cook them for at least an hour. And these are complete meal, guys. You could pair this with other things, but if you come home and this is the perfect thing to have in your freezer, especially now at this time. You come home tired from work, you put up that pot with hot water and some salt in it, and drop those in there, and you could go ahead and mind your business, go relax, do what you need to do, and meanwhile your meal is being cooked. All right, you come back down an hour later, voila, you got a complete delicious healthy meal here. But look at how these pasteles came out, guys. Look at that. Look at how pretty. Look at the color. Look at that color on those pasteles. And look at that meat. Look at that meat. Look at that meat. Look at that filling. So this is our final pasteles, guys. They came out delicious. So please give this recipe a try. I know you and your family gonna love these pasteles. All right. And like always, I appreciate each one of you and your support. Thank you for stopping by. Give this recipe a thumbs up. Also subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I got plenty of recipes coming your way, and I will see you on the next recipe, guys. Have a happy holidays and also have a blessed day.